What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're just going to be kind of going over all the projects that we've had in and out of here, and just give y'all a rundown of what's been going on. First things off is it has been so nice out this past week. Me and Derek hasn't been dying inside of our sauna that we have here, and it's been quite nice, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been really good.
It's been really nice. It kind of spoiled us, and now next week it's supposed to be hot again, and even today it feels a lot hotter than what it was. So definitely made us a little excited for fall to come.
Yeah, definitely getting ready for that white girl pumpkin spice weather.
My favorite time of year is being able to just throw on a hoodie and pants, and that's my favorite work attire is hoodie and pants. So, but to get this video started off, we're going to start off with this little Exocet, I believe it's called. Is that right?
Yeah.
So Exocet, it is basically a full tube chassis with all Miata stuff in it, from what I understand. This was a pretty nice little car. It was supercharged, supposed to be right around 400 horse, and he brought it in to us for us to fix the exhaust on it. The exhaust, well, let me pause this real quick. The exhaust on it was extremely loud. I mean, it was unbearably loud. Derek can tell you how loud it was, and it just didn't fit good, and it didn't really fit the car that well. So the customer brought us the new muffler and everything that he wanted to put on the car, so we hopped on it, got it knocked out, ended up putting a resonator with the new muffler, and ended up doing pretty much a full new exhaust from the header back on the car. So Derek's going to insert a clip here and let y'all see that thing.
So that thing was actually, you said it was around 400 horse, but it was also like, what, 1,800 pounds?
Yeah, I think he said it was like 1,700 pounds. It wasn't nothing at all. So weight to power ratio is pretty good. I mean, me and Derek literally just drove it down the parking lot right here and back just to make sure it didn't have any exhaust leaks or anything like that, and that thing has some absolute power to it. So that was honestly a pretty cool little project. I've never really seen one in person, but it's basically just a grown-up's go-kart from
Yeah, it seems like it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, ton of fun. They road race it and stuff, but so moving on from there, we're going to jump into the RX-8 project. The last time y'all seen it, we had just got the intercooler and the radiator done in it. Right now, I do have the intake off of it, but we got all the charge piping done on this thing. You can kind of see here. Like I said, the intake is off of it, but all of our charge piping is done. We got the oil filter relocation kit done on it, and as of right now I am currently working on getting the exhaust ran, or the downpipe from the turbo to the factory, or not the factory exhaust, but the exhaust that he had on the car. Didn't realize how big of a nightmare that was going to be. There's literally like this much room on both sides of the exhaust, from the manifold, the wastegate, and then up through here. The manifold, wastegate's here, and then you have the firewall here, and we've already had to massage the firewall a little bit. Yes, the customer told us that we could do that, but it is extremely tight. That's kind of what I've gotten done so far. There's not really much to see to it, but it's going to be a challenge. So that's what we're going to be finishing up on at the beginning of the week, is finishing up the exhaust on this thing. Derek made us some little mounts here to hold the bottom side of the coolers, the more oil coolers. So we got those on both sides, and then he is going to be making a shroud system for in between here. So Derek also bent up all of our little tabs that we got to weld to the intercooler and radiator for this thing. But this one's honestly getting pretty close, so ready to see it go. I'm honestly not looking forward to this exhaust, because it's going to be a nightmare, and I've already cut myself in a million different places up underneath that thing.
Oh, but you're so good at it.
Yeah. We'll jump over to the White Mustang. We're just now getting started back on it this next week. Derek worked on it a little bit today, but we was getting the seat fitted. We had all of our markings from where the customer come and sat in the car, but the funny car wasn't originally built for a full head containment system, so he wanted to run a full head containment system, which, like I said, I always advise doing that. But we had to do a little modifying and trimming to the head containment system to get the seat as far over as we could. That way we have plenty of room to run the double frame rail, run a dry shaft enclosure, and room for the dry shaft. So that's kind of what we've done today on this, but in the next few weeks we'll be getting back hot and heavy on this thing. He's had a bunch of parts come in for it, so like I said, we'll be able to start moving on that one again. In the last video, this thing had just come in. We've gotten a good bit done to it. As always, these projects evolve. This one has evolved and is continuing to evolve, which is fine. Like I said, that's how they all go. But so we got started on the cage and everything in it. We got all of our 6x6 plates done in the car. We got the 2 up front underneath the dash. We got the 2 for our main hoop, and then we got the 2 on the transmission tunnel to run our kickers from the main hoop. And then also Derek got our main hoop fitted up in the car from the side. You know, it looks really good. You can't even see it behind that B pillar right there, but fits really good up in there. Customers come and sat in the car to make sure that the placement's right, because he is a very tall dude, so the seat's very far back in it, and we will make sure that he fits good in the car. From there, he is putting a new dash in this thing just because how this one's got some rust in it. So from there, we've got some holes cut in it just generically so we can start running our A-pillar bars. I got all the wiring pulled out from underneath the dash. That way we can run the A-pillar bars, run the dash bar. And then, I don't know if it's in the last video, but we've cut everything out of the trunk. The whole trunk pan has come out of this thing. So that was kind of one of the evolving points of this. Just to help save some weight, we're going to be building a custom fuel cell for this thing and then re-tinting over all of that. We're trying to plan in the future for this thing because this car will continue to evolve into way more than what it is now. So we're trying to do some stuff in the process right now that's going to make it easier in the long run and cheaper in the long run. So that's what we're doing. We also cut out, he's not going to be running any type of wing, he's not going to have the window to where it rolls up and down back here. He's just going to solid mount the window. So we cut out all the inner structure of those just to help save some weight there. Really just because this car is a little heavy. It's a full, all steel, all glass car. Big brakes, big wheels. So it's a little heavy, but helping pull a little bit of weight out of it. But whenever it's all said and done, once we get done with it, it's still going to look very street car-ish. It's still going to be a street car, but be a lot safer. And like I said, plan for the future. So next we'll move on to the Mustang. The Burgundy Mustang has had a lot done to it since the last time y'all was here.
Skip.
We got some parts in for that one. But yeah, we've had a lot go on. We've got the cage done for the most part on the inside. Just did a little 8-point with through the floor subframe connectors and everything. Derek got all that knocked out this past week. We have not run the down back bars yet because we always tie our back bars into our coilover bar, and we didn't have none of our stuff here to do the rear end and all that. I just ordered a bunch of parts for the car today. Everything's coming from TRZ, doing TRZ and a roll bar, all their bracketry and stuff for the rear end. Derek got the rear end pulled out of the car. We got the rear. We got all the bracketry, the old bracketry, cut off the rear end, and got the new wheels up underneath the car. Took a measurement for everything. Started cutting the rear end down to weld the new 9-inch ends on it because we're doing 9-inch ends on it to get rid of the C-clip eliminators. But we got all that done. I was about to get ready to start welding the ends on, put our Truing bar through the rear end, and I noticed a really big problem once that happened. The rear end was extremely bent. I would assume the car has obviously been raced a little bit back in its day, and that or it's got hit or something along that nature. But I have Derek throw a little picture in here. You can see in this picture that the Truing bar is literally like an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch away from the axle tube itself.
Looked like a rainbow.
Yeah, it looked like a rainbow. That bar is supposed to be evenly spaced all the way around that Truing bar, and like I said, it was within 1/8 to a 1/4 of that bar. So we took it down to our local axle shop. They're actually they've got a little jig built up to where they can actually straighten the axle back out. So they're going to be doing that for us. But like I said, get that done. I can get the ends on it, and then we can start doing all the rear suspension in this thing. So it's going to be getting anti-roll bar, coilovers, 9-inch ends, all that jazz. But Derek also got everything cut out in the rear for us to be able to do all that. Just need to clean up a few things once all the parts show up, but got all that done. He got the fender lips trimmed because he is trying to run a. Anybody that's had a Mustang before knows it's pretty much almost impossible to run a 275 without mini tubbing one of these or them looking real goofy. But he wants to run one, so we're going to give it our best shot to make this thing fit up in here. We massaged the wheel well a little bit and trimmed the fender lips. It does help because we're building a custom length rear end for this thing, so we can kind of set the wheel exactly where we want it. Car's not going to be able to sit super low just because there's not that much room up in here for that, but we'll make it work, make it look the best we can. I think that's kind of a wrap on everything that we got going on right now, right?
Yeah.
We got a first gen Supra coming in towards the middle of next week that we're going to be doing pretty much. They bought a downpipe for it. It's a twin turbo ordeal. And then it's got a downpipe on it, but we're going to be running the exhaust the rest of the way out of the car. So probably bring that in once I get the RX-8 for the most part finished up. And then next weekend we will be getting our full chassis build in. So got a lot going on, got a lot to get done as usual, but kind of like we said previously in our videos, you know, we've kind of taken a break on our big projects to get a lot of the small stuff knocked out, and we're pretty much through all that small stuff. This was the last car really on that small project list. Not a bad thing, but that small project list is already starting to grow again, so it's good though. It's not a bad problem to have, but it gets a little stressful trying to schedule stuff in and out. So, but yeah, I believe that is a wrap on this week's update video. We appreciate y'all guys watching and subscribe as always. Just make sure y'all are liking and leave a comment, and we'll see y'all in next week's video.